Hey guys, we are back. Episode 2 of Smash Bros. Brawl. So, yeah, wireless Xbox controller, get a receiver for like $7 on Amazon.com, used, or, like $12 new. Definitely worth it. You can play basically, every, emulator, works with an Xbox controller. I know, the NES, Game Boy Advance, DS, and GameCube and Wii emulators. I use all support Xbox controllers. You just have to custom set the controls, which may sound painful. It's super easy. You just go in and then, like you would if you were changing a keyboard button in like a PC game, just like that. Except instead of, pressing space or whatever, you just, hold on a second. I just put headphones on because I realized that I had been playing this on speakers the entire time, which is going to cause an echo, and for some reason it's distracting me way more. Okay. Yeah, so just like if you were changing a keyboard thing on a game designed for PC, you just do the same thing, but instead you are, moving a joystick or something, and it works perfectly. Although if you are using something that's designed for a D-pad, like DS games, Game Boy games, I highly recommend using that instead of the joystick. Joystick gets super irritating and it goes clickety-clack. It's very annoying. Speaking of annoying, no contest. Yeah. It's just not worth tarnishing the recordings with custom levels. It's just not worth messing up the recording with that really weird audio glitch that happens. And oh god, no, it's other Lucas, and this is one of those times that fixed camera mode is just extremely irritating. Alright. Prediction, I'm gonna lose this round because Lucas is okay against Lucas, but against Computer Lucas has like perfect aim for every attack, and basically every time you knock him off the stage, he will just come back up with his up B. Lucas's his up B, and I wish I knew what the correct term for that was, like special jump or something. But this thing, you can shoot yourself really far with that. It's just pretty hard to aim. Way easier than Ness's, but still pretty difficult. And if you're playing on Bridge of Eldin, Battlefield, or Final Destination, just do that across the stage until your opponent goes crazy and gives up. Or if it's a computer, until they're at like 800 damage, and then just knock them... Oh, whoa! Just thought I was the other Lucas. Knock them right off the stage. Yeah, back to my very distracted discussion about controllers. So you have an Xbox controller, wired or wireless, plug that in, get an adapter, drivers online, guide for device manager also online. PS3 controller, if you have Bluetooth, I don't, I'm on a desktop. I also don't own a PS3 or an Xbox, so I just bought a controller from my friend on the cheap. For cheap, I hate that expression, on the cheap, don't know why I just said that. PS3 controller connected via Bluetooth. You might have to set up Xpatter, because I don't know if Windows has, wow, other Lucas. I don't know if Windows has native PS3 controller support. Like I said, I have never wanted to use a PS3 controller because I don't particularly like their layout. No offense to anyone who prefers them, because it is completely cool if you do that. Everyone can just use whatever controller they want, and, smile at the choices other people have made. But I find PS3 controllers the buttons have kind of a mushy feel to them. They're also just really small for my hands. I have, like normal size hands, but my fingers are way longer than they should be, so I have like relatively small palms. Or at least I have normal hands for someone like of my height. I'm 6'2". So, you know, not normal size hands for someone who's like 5'6" or something. I don't know how big people's hands are. They're mostly pretty uniform. But anyways, you know, PS3 controller is kind of short for my hands. My palms feel like they're crushing the bottom of it. Xbox controller fits way better. GameCube controller fits best of all, but unless you want to, you can buy a USB adapter for that. That's like $4 or something new. But I mean, I don't really want to plug that in and figure out how to set it up when Xbox controller works just fine. Instantaneously works, or instantly works. Don't know the difference between those two words. For some reason, when you record yourself, or at least when I record myself, I start to say things differently for no reason. Xbox controller, you know, just works right out of the box, and has the added benefit of working great for a lot of games designed for PC. Like Super Meat Boy, go ahead and play that with a keyboard and mouse. I'll laugh at you as you fail. And then continue to smile at your choice of keyboard and mouse, because I respect it. I just don't respect, you know, like, if you can beat it with a keyboard and mouse, then I definitely respect you, because that is, Super Meat Boy, I wouldn't describe it as a difficult game, but I've only gotten to, like, the second world, so far, so, you know, if the game later on, it's notorious for being difficult, I know, but if it gets way harder later on, then, that's something else, but so far, the only levels that are actually a challenge in any way to me, and I don't mean to, like, boast or anything, I just don't understand. Are the first two worlds actually supposed to be difficult? I think they're very easy. Like, easier than VV. Oh, whoops, thought I was the other Lucas there. Despite that gigantic name tag. I thought it was easy compared to VV and other platformers. Like, Super Mario World 2, I thought was harder than that. Except for the boss battles. Boss battles are quite a challenge to me. Where was I going with that? Right. But I definitely prefer playing with an Xbox controller. Maybe it's just really hard with a keyboard and mouse, like many platformers are. VV was hard with a keyboard and mouse. I don't think it actually has Xbox controller support, but many games do. Like Bulletstorm, I found that kind of awkward to play on a keyboard and mouse, because it had auto-aim and mouse smoothing, and instead of jump, it had contextual jump with A, and normally you would hold A to sprint and double tap and hold A to slide, which I thought was cool, especially because you could just, in a boss battle, one of them against a gigantic plant, and you know, I would call that a spoiler, but, I mean, if you didn't see that coming, like, everything in that game is trope heavy, which is like a cliche, but not a bad thing. You didn't see that giant plant boss fight coming. I mean, I can't imagine you play many video games or read any literature past the 1880s. Anyways, in that level, you could just slide around and reload and shoot and pick up ammo that respawned. It was super fun. It was a really long boss fight, though. It was just like, all right, you killed him. You shot him every part of the plant thing's body. Oh wait, it's crawling onto the ceiling. That's weird. Whoa, it's regenerating all those orange pods. Well, shoot him again, I guess. Oh no, it's filling the air with pollen and sending out roots that tunnel through the ground and try to find you and kill you. It's like, oh, well, it's regenerating. Shoot it again. Just like that on repeat for 20-odd minutes. It wasn't a challenge, it was just time-consuming. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, as I enjoyed all of Bulletstorm, but, I don't know, maybe it was making fun of a game with long boss fights. I haven't played many classic FPSs, so I wouldn't know. But Bulletstorm, way better with an Xbox controller. Let me see, what other games? Human Revolution, Deus Ex Human Revolution, way worse with an Xbox controller, because you can't remap the Xbox controls. Like seriously, who thought that that right stick, clicking the right stick should be aim in? That is, like, weird. That's like a third-person shooter. It's like Just Cause 2, which is another game that's great to play with an Xbox controller because it plays very naturally with it. And you know, you're not exactly aiming down your sights a lot. Precision is not highly valued in that game. And you know, if you disagree, maybe that's just you, because I find myself spraying revolver ammo into you know, basically every explosive thing across Panau. That's what that place is called. Anyways, that game played fantastically with an Xbox controller, whereas Human Revolution did not. They had pretty similar controls, but Human Revolution, if you tried to aim down the sights, you know, Call of Duty, Borderlands, Bulletstorm, basically any normal FPS style, then you would go into cover, and instead of a toggle, it was holding it, because you know, when you switch to an Xbox controller for the first time, like I was going to try to play through the whole game with an Xbox controller on my second playthrough, then all of a sudden it like reverts your keyboard and mouse settings, or maybe that was coincidence, I'm not completely sure. But then, you know, I'm trying to take cover, and I'm trying to aim down the sights, and all of a sudden I'm in cover, and then I let go of aim down the sights, and I switch out of cover, and when you go into cover, you go to third person. So, you know, here I am trying to aim down the sights, jiggling back and forth between first and third person. No idea what's going... Oh, no. Oh, I was so close. I didn't pay attention to how many lives I had. Completely oblivious to what's going on, which is that the controls are weird. And getting shot by, you know, quote-unquote terrorists, although protesters, something between there. Wow, my FPS just took a big hit on this level. Mario Kart Wii, why are you so demanding? Mario Kart Wii, in my opinion, that was not a good game. I really like the graphics, and if you've ever seen them at, you know, proper resolution, by which I mean like 720p or higher, it often goes up to like something ridiculous, like 4K, I don't know. But if you've seen it at high resolution, the graphics are really cool. And the cars, you know, they control okay. But the AI, oh my god. The term rubber banding AI refers to AI that, well, it doesn't like move back and forth, but the way it rubber bands is that if you pull forward, by which I mean if you are doing better than the AI, then it will. That's a weird black flash. Then it will start to do better until it's beating you. Wow, my FPS is just dropping a ton. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on here. After this, I will once again end the episode and figure out what's going on. Yes, so, you know, I would be in first. I'd be like, you know, I'm finally getting a handle on this weird drifting, because like I said, to play a lot of Mario Kart DS, I'm very good at that game. I'd say I'm an average snaker, snaking, you know, drifting back and forth. Then I go to Mario Kart Wii, and that game is like, oh, you wanted to snake? I'm sorry, sir. We are just going to let you drift weirdly. And I guess that's because it doesn't quite work to drift, because it's with a joystick, which, yeah, that's pretty awkward for drifting. D-pad, in my opinion, works much better. Even on an Xbox controller, I can snake. Although after a while my thumb reverts to a weird position, and you know, that's irrelevant, that's off topic. Although it's not like what I've been saying is completely on topic. Yeah. Controllers. I will finish this thought if it takes me 10 episodes. Yeah, PS3 controller, you probably have to use XPatter or a similar program. And if you don't have built-in Bluetooth, you need a Bluetooth dongle. What other controllers could you use? You could just buy like an actual USB PC gamepad, like a Logitech one. Although I've never found those to really fit my hand or feel as good as an Xbox or GameCube controller, and that's probably because they don't exactly have a large market of people, nor a large market of competitors. because probably the best USB gamepad is just an Xbox controller, in my opinion, at least. You know, it's basically Microsoft's Xbox controller, and then, man, I'm just doing terribly. It's hard to play with low FPS. Come on, Pikachu, you are my arch nemesis. Alright, yeah, so it's basically, and USB Xbox controller is #1, and everything else is, you know, tied for 3rd place. Oh, come on. Yeah, so, you know, not a huge market, not a huge field of competitors outside of Microsoft, who really did a fantastic job with the Xbox controller. I applaud you, Microsoft design team, or Xbox controller design team. I do not applaud all of Microsoft design decisions. Because Xbox controller, it just fits in your hand, and to me it feels right. Especially over a keyboard in games designed for a controller. Oh, wait a second, I said I was going to end this episode, and it is getting on in length. We will be back kind of soon.